Yo, what's up YouTube? This is Reese from C Manga and welcome to my review of Area D Chapter 59, Eclipse Prison 3. So yeah, new chapter, new information. We learn a bit more about like some of the rest of the characters, like basically some of the characters in the group. First up is Enki. Her real name is actually Miki Kinoshita. I think that's how you say her surname. The whole thing with her is that like 3 years ago she was suspected for arson. She tried to clear her name by like trying to find the real culprit. But then over time she ended up discovering that she was actually an altered herself, and then that kind of like put two and two together. Then she realized that she was obviously the one who did it. You know, subconsciously, obviously. You know, she wouldn't have done it consciously. That's a bit evil. Yeah. After that, we then find out a bit more about Kaito. Find out like how his sister got killed. So the story is like there's this guy who obviously is, you know, an anti-altered person. He's going around murdering altereds. He murdered like 8 people. 8 of them, out of the 8 people that he murdered, 7 of them were actually altered, and the other one was a normal human. That human being Kaito's 14-year-old little sister. You know, it's like, it's kind of dark, man, the way it was shown. So you just see her there. Lucky her eyes were closed, because if they're open, I'll be a bit kind of messed up. But yeah, she's just there, you're like in a pool of her own blood, man. It's like, damn, that's been mean. You know, but then obviously like Kaito, he ends up like just kind of switching, saying like stop it, so we don't kind of like get to see any more of that, because he started obviously like reminiscing it in his head by himself. So it kind of shows that that actually really did mess him up. So yeah, painful memories right there. But anyway, all this information is like, you know, the result of the professor's ability. So his ability is basically, he's got like a crazy supercomputer brain, you know, so anything that he sees or reads or anything, he just can pull it up from his database of knowledge. I'm not sure whether it was kind of like a technology thing that he did, or whether it was part of his ability, but you know, he had like the whole little screens projecting everywhere. I think it might have been a technological thing, you know, I might have read how to do it somewhere. But yeah, apart from the fact that he's grossly mutated, I think that ability that he's got is really cool. You know, like the ability to just know everything that you need to know. If it kind of like kept you still looking normal, but you had that kind of crazy ass super memory, man, I would definitely go for that any day of the week, man. Being able to know everything, it's like, hell, you'll be able to make billions. So anyway, yeah, the professor, he pretty much has like, you know, he's pretty much got like tags on every Eclipse spot, but he's saying like most of them are like super far underground or super high in the sky, so they're not even of anything. You know, the only real ones to focus on are basically like these 5. Out of the 5, he's got like 2 completely unlocked, so that leaves kind of like 3 left where the Ubermerge could possibly be using as their stronghold. So you got an old amusement park, underneath an old stadium, or underneath the old shopping district. So yeah, with some kind of like careful ruling out, they ended up like figuring out it's definitely the old amusement park, because Enki, obviously, she remembers like the sound of there being lots and lots of wind and lots of like old creaking metal. So creaking metal is obviously coming from stuff like the giant Ferris wheel, probably still moving and stuff like that, or even just moving in the wind. So yeah, that's pretty much where it ends for them lot. Then after that, we kind of get a little, I'd say it's more like bonusy than actual thing, because like the story basically ends with Satoru. He's still locked up. Obviously, he's like the dude, the watchmaker guy, the one who at the very beginning thought could be the main character, because everything started off on him. So yeah, he's there like trying to break open the door using his watchmaker ability, but obviously because of the whole Eclipse thing, it's not going to work. He has no powers. And then he's like all thinking, oh wow, see, there's been times when I wish I didn't have powers, but now I wish I really did have powers. He's kind of a pathetic person. I hope like his character either gets developed a bit more so he becomes a bit better, or they just get rid of him completely, because I don't really like him too much. So anyway, with all this now, he then hears like kind of like a person come from the other side of the door saying like, you know, step back. He's like, okay, steps back. Door blows open, revealing some little girl saying that, yeah, she can join his team if he cooperates. So yeah, who the hell is this girl? You know, it's like, does she even have an ability? Because obviously, if they're in an Eclipse spot which is active, then she shouldn't be able to do anything. You know, like, did she use like some sort of weapon? Because she wasn't holding anything. Was it like C4 or just something explosive? What the hell did she use to break him out of that? Because that was like a pretty big explosion, you know, and it was really controlled, which makes you think it had to have been an ability. But obviously, Eclipse doesn't let you use abilities, so what's going on there? So yeah, who the hell is this girl? Could she be part of the Ubermerge Union itself? Because I don't know, we haven't really seen all of them. All we've really seen is like the weird kind of like bat dude who Goz killed, and then obviously the owl guy. They're the only ones we've really fully seen. So Is she part of them or what? And then the other thing is, what the hell is Area D? Like, I thought it was some weird abandoned like island. Is it like an abandoned island that used to have people on it, or was it kind of like originally built as like a altered mecca, you know, somewhere where they can all live in peace and just like go on with normal lives? That's why there's all like amusement parks and stadiums. Or yeah, was it like a town that they basically completely abandoned because they altered and thought, okay, yeah, let's make this into a prison now and chuck all the altered there. So many questions go on, you know. That's what you gotta love about Area D. It raises so many questions. Just hope they can start answering them pretty soon. So yeah, that pretty much ends this review here from me, guys. You know, decent chapter. I've learned a lot more, which I'm happy with. So, you know, what did you guys think? Let me know with your comments below. As usual, if you enjoyed this series, give it a little thumbs up. Really helps out. And don't forget to check out the channel for the other content we do. So, I'll see you soon.